Welcome back to another episode of Sportswrap Sit Downs, joining you in Virginia Beach at Landstown High School, and we are joined by the leading scorer of the Eagles, who are off to a red-hot start this season, Damien Robinson, the sophomore, 6'2".
Yes, sir.
6'2". You've grown how many inches since last year?
Like 2 or 3.
2 or 3 inches? So what have you learned? I mean, your first off-season after your first varsity season, what was that like for you?
It was a big transition because as a freshman, playing against bigger guys, I was very skinny, very frail. So I knew I had to get in the weight room and work on my ball handling a little more because I was a very catch and shoot shooter, and I would come off screens to get open. But I learned in off season I need to expand my game more and be able to put the ball on the ground. It's
interesting that you say that, right? Because I saw an old clip in doing research for this episode. I saw an old clip of you getting interviewed in the 6th grade, and someone had asked you, "What about your game do you like? What about your game do you need to improve on?" And you said, "I'm gonna lock you down on defense." As a 6th grader, right? You had like juice like that, right? You say, "I'm gonna lock you down on defense. I'm gonna hurt you in multiple ways on offense." You said, "But I need to be better at attacking the basket because they're big bodies in there." You probably were 5'6" at that point,
yes.
Right? You said, and then facilitating the basketball. So obviously you're a 20-4 guy, right? From then to now, what's been the biggest jump for you?
The biggest jump was like physicality for me. I feel like I've been getting bigger over the years, and I had also grown a couple inches. So me knowing how to expand my game more and be able to use my size against my smaller defenders which are guards, I just feel like me attacking the basket more and playing stronger, which really helped me over the past couple of years.
What do you think that young version of a Damien Robinson would say if he saw today's version, where it's like, listen, he's still got that swagger where he's saying he's going to lock you up? What would you think he would say?
Younger me, I would probably say I'm the best in the world. Probably. That's what a younger me probably would have said.
You know, during practice, and you guys were going at it, and you know, your father, your head coach, right, says, this is a top 5 player in the state right here, right? You're going up against, talking about one of your teammates, you're going up against a top 5 player in the state every single day, right? You showed out your freshman campaign, right? Again, like leading scorer on the team. You were one of the big reasons why you guys won a region championship last year. How do you progress into this season of keeping a level head, not letting the outside noise, which has only grown for you around your name,
yes,
kind of get to your head?
So really just not listening to the outsiders. Keeping my head level. When I work out, just know like someone's always gonna like trying to challenge you. Like every game is gonna be your biggest game to somebody else. So knowing that like I'm everybody's biggest game in the area, I gotta bring my best every game.
And with that being said, there was a big game, you know, at the time of recording this last night against Green Run. You guys come out on top, 16 points, 5 steals.
Yes.
First of all, you are one of the leaders in the state in steals per game. But 5 steals, man, I mean, you had your fingerprints all over that rock. Just walk me through that Green Run game. It was a great game. How you guys felt going into it and how you guys felt walking out of it.
Going into that game, we just knew we had to stop their key players and get on the glass early and have great ball pressure. Chase Johnson, he had great ball pressure on their point guards, which led me having the steals. His ball pressure led them throwing bad passes to turnovers, so that's how I got my 5 steals that game.
Was it weird seeing Zay on the other end?
Yes, it was very weird seeing him on the other end. I look at him at the free throw line. He wasn't in black and blue, so I was like, wow, that's different. So,
and for him to get his 1,000th career point and that exchange too,
that
right?
made me a little mad right there.
Was there a little bit of love though shown after the game?
Yes, I was congratulating him during the game, but I was like, we still gotta beat you, Zay. Like, I'm congratulating you, but we still gotta beat you.
So now you guys are 10-2 on the season, and you and Rashad combined for 6 steals a game pretty much,
yes,
right? So that tandem on defense, how pivotal is it? I mean, again, I just saw how intense the practices are. I come back out last season, you guys, it's intense practice, it's all the same. Where did that come from, that tenacity on the defensive end to force all those turnovers?
Well, we grew up together, like 6th grade, like you said, you saw that video. So we grew up together playing Balo Timberwolves. We was known for defense. We press full court every game and just try to go for steals, make the big plays, but also stay even and make sure you stay solid and humble.
And the one thing that I checked on that box score in the Green Run game, everybody's either from guys who got minutes, everybody's either a sophomore or a junior except for one guy.
Yes.
How wild is that knowing, all right, we're already this good and we at minimum got the same core together for another year? That
is very crazy because we still have more games to go. We have another year and a half to go with this team. And knowing that next year, like, we're back together again. Like, we have another chance to, like, win another one.
Yeah. So walk me through what it was like. Region banner, your first year on varsity, right? people are getting to know who you are. But walk me through that experience, that run for you guys to the state semifinals.
It was surreal. Like, me as a freshman, I didn't think like we was going that far. I didn't really know like how high school basketball really worked at the time. So like going to regionals, that was a big thing. Like my dad said, I had always said like they always go on to Oscar Smith and play them. I'm like, that's very crazy. Like we always wind up playing Oscar Smith in the regional championship, and we want to get back to that same point again.
Yeah. Where's the team the strongest this year in comparison to last season?
I'll say our strongest point is that all 5 guys, or like all 4 guys that play, we can all shoot it. Like we can space the floor out, 4 out, 1 in. Everybody can shoot the ball. Or 1-2 dribbles and get to the hoop. Like we have a good like wingspan of everybody on the offensive side can do something with the ball this year.
6 Division I offers?
Yes.
So Old Dominion, Norfolk State, Virginia Tech, Mississippi State, Arizona State. You got 1 more in there. I'm missing 1. I think I just read off 5, but you got 1 more. Walk me through the first offer, when it came, your reaction when it hit.
8th grade year, 6:30 in the morning, practice. Radford came in. I was practicing with the varsity guys. I was just playing hard, playing very hard. I seen the college coach come in, playing very hard, picking up full court as an 8th grader. I was very nervous though, but like after practice, he came up to me. He was like, I want to offer you a full scholarship to come to Radford.
Wow.
I was very excited. I didn't really know, I had no like expression. I was just shocked. And I think that coach very much.
Yeah. So now that you've picked up, continue to pick up offers from high-level mid-majors, right? Like Old Dominion has a lot of history around it, right? The local school, Norfolk State, went to the NCAA tournament, gave Florida a game for a little bit, right? National champion last year. And then you get the Arizona States to roll in, like Power 4 schools, right? As those started to roll in, did that elevate the feeling a little bit, knowing like, okay, like, my brother plays Power 4 ball, and now I'm kind of in that same stratosphere a little bit?
Yes, it was very surreal. He called me actually when I started picking up those offers. He said, keep your head level. There's a lot more to come to this. And like, it's gonna be more hate from you picking up offers. So I was just like, I thank those coaches very much, but there's more work I have to do to pick up more divisional offers.
And I want to talk about your brother for a little bit, because obviously, your brother, Donald Hand, right? Goes to Boston College, won ACC Most Improved Player of the Year last year, was an honorable mention all-conference selection. What has his, obviously also the all-time leading scorer here at Landstown, right? They don't want to leave that part out, but what has his mentorship been like as you've really gotten into the varsity stretch of, last year just getting into it, and then now where you're one of the best players, if not the best player in this area?
So we usually talk about how his time in high school compared to my time in high school, what he went through and like what I need to start going through more as a sophomore. So he talked about his sophomore year to help me with my sophomore year and how to develop my game more. So because he's at the next level, he wants me to mature my game so he can get to the next level like his.
I remember talking to your dad last year and how upset you were when he wasn't originally getting a ton of minutes, right? To see the progression that he's made into now being one of the premier dudes in the ACC and the go-to leading scoring option for Boston College. Had a great game against Louisville too, right? What does that mean to you as someone who's watched him and you've grown up kind of looking up to him?
It's crazy because he wakes up every morning at the same time. We have to tell him to stop working out. That's how much work he puts in. Nobody knows. But he wakes up early every day, 3 workouts a day. So like me just seeing him not playing to now I'm playing, I'm like, the work is paying off now. So like me watching him now on TV, it's crazy. Like you work hard for this. Like this is what you work on.
I always wanted a high-paying career, but I didn't want to be stuck at a desk. In just 4 months, Tidewater Community College taught me how to drive a truck. The pay is great, and I have the independence I've always wanted. They helped me with financial aid and showed me how to enroll. TCC even helped me find a job. Now I'm on my way. Tidewater Community College. From here, go anywhere.
When you started going to those ACC environments and watching him in person, right, did that kind of give you like a little bit of like jitters, excitement, or like, man, this is gonna be me?
Yes, we usually sit up close to the game so I can see like the physicality of the game, and I see him out there. He's like one of the biggest guards out there. So I'm like, if you're doing this out here, I feel like I should be able to, when I get older, be out there with you.
So I gotta know then, What were those blacktop driveway one-on-one matchups like, especially when both of you were kind of growing up?
So when I was a little younger, so he did not get that. He got the advantage. I would always foul him though. Like, it was nothing easy going to the hoop, layups. No, I was fouling him, making sure he get hard buckets on me. So it was very competitive outside.
Where were you getting your best at? Because obviously you still had to grow up into the player that you are now, right? So where were you getting your looks at?
I was trying to pump fake, do anything I could do, shoot deep basketball shots, and just get us a long rebound, sprint into it to get a free layup.
Yeah. Last year, your dad told me a pretty incredible story where I think you went to Boston and you were working out with him down on the floor. And you were going through this drill and you couldn't get it, and you couldn't get it, and you couldn't get it, and he was defending you. And then one of the plays you beat him. And you were finishing up your 8th grade year, and somebody from Boston College was watching and was like, who is that? So when you guys were going to battle like that, and that first time that you got your brother, what was that feeling like for you?
Just me scoring on him is like, I always wanted to do that. Like him playing his hardest, I always wanted to play my hardest with him so it could be competitive and like actually scoring him, because like he's a big defender, he's a great defender, and I just wanted to like play my best and actually scoring him for the first time.
When did it hit you, like, okay, we can take this leap, go to the Division I level?
I would say after my freshman year, we put in a lot of work over the summer. We going into the EYBL sessions. I'm playing against the top guys, and then I started to see like I'm starting to catch a couple players. Then I'm keep catching them, so I'm starting to think like I'm there, I'm coming. Like I could be one of the top players if I keep working. So then at the end of the summer, I feel like I'm there. I just gotta keep progressing.
And you guys played really, tough, like out of area teams this season, like 2 North Carolina Powers, right? Or your only 2 losses this season. But the EYBL circuit, right? You see dudes that like are the elite of the elite, right? So like over the summer, I would assume is when you're kind of going through those circuits, or maybe even year round. So what did you learn about yourself going up against some of those dudes, and who were some of those dudes that maybe pushed you, that were on that national level?
I would say Josh Lindsay is one of them. I would say Spratington, he has offer from Arkansas. Yes. So a couple of those guys like Bradley Bill, some of their point guards was like very active. Like those are big point guards around the country that like push me in my game to like to the next level, knowing that I have to work harder like to catch them, which I've been in the gym trying to grind. So it was like a couple guards out there in the country this year.
And I would probably have to imagine that it's semi-intimidating to a degree, where it's like you look over to a sideline and you may see like a Coach Calipari, like, or just a couple years ago, Jim Boeheim, right? Like Mark Few, those elite coaches in the college basketball space are just there watching your game, right? Like, did you have a moment like that where you were watching an elite coach watching you?
Yes, a couple of Duke coaches was at the sideline, and I looked over. It was like nerve-shocking, and then I was just like, keep your head low. You gotta keep playing. They're here to watch.
Yeah.
They're here to watch somebody else, but this could also be your chance right here too. So I just kept playing that game. Great game that game, and that's when I started picking up offers after that game.
Yeah. So you talked about the off-season workouts and everything like that. So take me through, after a freshman season, a successful freshman season like you had, take me through an off-season day for Damien Robinson.
So we'll wake up early in the morning, probably like 8:39. We'll eat breakfast, and after that, we'll get like a good workout in. We'll start with like the Vertimax with ball handling on it, so like I can get some resistance and my ball handling and my quickness. And then after that, we're getting into like my form shooting, my inside pivot, so I can get my shot feeling right before the workout. And then later on in the workout, we'll get off the dribble shots, ball screens, get into the paint, one dribble floaters. So like very fundamental stuff. And then like later on, we started progressing with like the ball handling, putting a little bit of finesse in my game. So it's just little stuff like that. And then after that, we'll come home, get something light to eat, and then go get recovery, come back home, take a little nap. Then later in the day, we'll get back in the gym again, do like a full workout with everything done in it, and after that, I'll call it a night.
Yeah. So where would you say that your game is the strongest right now?
Right now, I would say getting 2 feet in the paint. Most people know me as a shooter now,
Yeah.
But now I'm using like my shot fake, 1-2 dribbles, getting my 2 feet in the paint. I like to shoot my mid-range now, my mid-range or my floater, or seeing my big mans, if their man steps up and they slide over, quick dime down to the block and they finish.
I think the mark of a really good player is somebody who can affect the game without scoring the basketball. And your dad was telling me this last year about how you were able to do that, move off the ball. I mean, again, like your movement off the ball, you're moving constantly, right? So obviously your brother has been a big inspiration for you, but who did you watch growing up to want to be like, I can model my game somewhat after them. I want to kind of play the way that they play?
So younger days, it was like Westbrook, and then I also saw Curry's stamina and the way he runs around the court, like off screens and stuff. But I really modeled my game after Westbrook, the way he like attacks the basket. Even though like some people say he can't shoot, Westbrook was a great shooter in his younger days.
Yeah.
So like, I really modeled my game after Westbrook.
Athleticism too, and everything included?
My athleticism is getting there. I wouldn't say my athleticism is like Westbrook's, but it's getting there.
Because I've seen a couple of clips on IG of you know, throwing down and everything like that. Because that's the thing, you're still growing.
Yes.
Right? Have doctors kind of given you an indication of like, okay, how tall are we getting here? Because obviously your brother's a big dude, you know?
Some say 6'4" to 6'5", but like I say like right now, even if like I don't grow anymore, I still know like I have to be a real point guard and be able to do like point guard things, like passing the ball, moving off the ball, and making my teammates better.
Yeah. Those out of state games against the two North Carolina powers, what did you learn in those games?
I would say being patient. Those teams try to like speed you up, make them play outside the box, but knowing slow the game down, make them play your speed. Don't speed up for anybody besides yourself. So me knowing that there's also taller defenders down there in the paint, knowing how to slow the game down and make your teammates a better option. So
when you come back here, and this is the thing that I've really thought about, you know, with younger athletes in particular, but you too, it's like growing your voice and becoming a vocal leader in the locker room, especially for guys where everybody is either a sophomore or a junior. So when did that kind of hit for you of like, okay, I'm not just the point guard of the offense on the court, but I'm the point guard in the locker room?
So my dad says when I was young, I was very much of a talker. So like talking is like kind of my thing. So like if I see something that's wrong, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna speak on it, even if things are going bad or good. If my teammate makes a layup, I'm gonna congratulate him. If we're in the locker room, they do something good, I'm gonna congratulate them. Even if somebody's talking, I will stop everybody and like congratulate them and recognize them of what they did.
You say you're a talker. I saw you looking at your boy walking down, you're sticking your tongue out, right? So like, what is Dame like off the court? What do you like?
People say I'm like a troll. I just like to laugh, giggle. I'm not as serious as I am on the court. I just like to joke around, make people laugh. I'm just a nice guy. Smile.
Okay, so like when you say trolling, like what do you mean? Like what are you doing with your teammates?
Anything.
Anything?
Just making them laugh. Whatever to do. If I see my teammate down, I'm gonna make them laugh some type of way. I don't care like what's wrong with them. I'm gonna make them laugh.
Yeah, because I feel like, you know, when it comes to a lot of people that are like the star athlete of the team and everything like that, their demeanor is very serious in everything that they do, attack. But you say it's almost like the opposite when you're off the court. Like you're trying to uplift everybody else.
Yes.
So a couple of fun ones here before we get you out of here, because we're trying to go to the Princess Anne Catholic girls basketball game.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Who's on aux on the team?
Josiah Law. Josiah Law.
Do you try to get in on that every now and then, or nah?
My music taste is not their music taste. They like the uptown music. I don't like uptown. Christian music, or I listen to like Flawed Mango's guitar music.
Okay, so like low key stuff.
Yes, chill stuff.
So in your headphones then, if Flawed Mango's is a good one,
yes.
What are you listening to the most? If you got a pair of headphones on and you're working out, like what is that? What's getting you in that mode?
I would say almost everyday Rod Wave, but mostly Flawed Mango's, because he has a chill vibe in his songs, and like you could just chill.
Yeah.
It's just you and yourself listening to some music.
Because I feel like when they do like those athlete mixtapes, right? Like the pro ones, like I just saw one with Travis Hunter yesterday, and John Gruden was like, what do you listen to? He's like, nothing. And then they got like a highlight mixtape, and it's like, you can't hear a thing. It's just his highlights. So you're saying you would want, if someone were to do a mixtape of you, like Flawed Mango's in the background?
Yes, it's different.
It's just different.
Don't be like everybody else, the young boy, the Rod Wave. Yeah, that's all cool and stuff, but be yourself. Flawed Mango's, chill, calm.
If someone were to see you play for the first time coming up, how would you describe your game to them?
A leader. You're gonna always see me talk, up or down. I'm a point guard. I'm a great point guard. I know how to make my teammates better. I can get a shot off when we need one. Knowing how to play great defense, go on ball pressure. But you're gonna see a pass first guard and a guard that can score at will.
Do you think you're gonna break your brother's all-time scoring record here?
I think I'm gonna break his record.
Yeah.
I have a good start, good 2 years right now, averaging 18 points last year. Right now I'm averaging 20 points this year. So I think I can catch him.
Do you want him to be in the building when you do it?
Yes, I would want him to be in the building. He might not want to be in the building, but I appreciate that.
Your dad, right? Talking about your dad. It can be intimidating at times, right, to have your father be your coach.
Yes.
You know, the only experience I ever had was my father being my T-ball coach, right? But now he's like high level, very accomplished, right? Across a big win threshold last season. What has his mentorship been like as a coach, and separating that from him being your father? What has that been like?
So a lot of people think he's strict. So like on the court,
All good.
it's cool. On the court, he does look very intimidating. He yells a lot, but the stuff he says, you can't really take it personal. You just have to listen to it.
Yeah.
Off the court, we don't talk about basketball. Basketball stays in the gym. We get in the car, we go home. It's life.
Yeah.
What do you want to eat? That's the first thing every day he says in the car. What do you want to eat? So basketball is over when we get off this court. So everything stays in the gym. When we get off the gym, it's life.
Yeah. Finish the sentence for me. By the end of the 2025-26 basketball season, Landstown will.
Win state.
Yeah. For you, does Damien Robinson pick up more Division I offers this year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then, last thing, when you graduate in the class of 2028, how will you be talked about by people, future point guards, your dad who's still coaching, right? All that stuff. Like, how do you want to be talked about by the people in the hallways?
I want to be known as one of the most competitive players in Virginia.
Yeah.
Ever. The most competitive players. I never like to lose. I love to win. Anything I got to do, I would try to win.
I found it interesting, and just a quick side note here. Somebody in the administrative office was walking me through, and she said, "What are you doing, content-wise?" I said, "I'm sitting down with Damien," and she said, "Future NBA player, Damien. Does it resonate with you that both you and your brother someday could be playing in the bigs?"
Yes, we always talk about that. My mom always says, imagine if you guys are on the same NBA team when y'all get older. It would be crazy. I feel like it would be crazy. I always wanted to play with my brother. Like, I actually, when we were younger, I used to try to warm up with his AAU team just so I could try to play.
Do you think you're an NBA player?
In a couple of years, yes.
No. Oh, Bucket Boy Dame, where'd it come from?
Brother, Bucket Boy DJ.
Okay, word. Damien Robinson, the point guard of the Landstown basketball team. They're on fire this season. We're going to catch up with him later on in the year, but for now, appreciate you hopping on, brother.
Thank you.
All right, for another episode of Sportswrap Sit Downs, we're going to get to this PA Catholic basketball game, but for now, James Cutato, we'll see you in another one.